St. Mullins are going up against Kilmacud Crokes. They beat Ferns St. Aidans by 119 to 117. A 47th minute goal from Connor Keogh after he ran split through the Ferns St. Aidans defence, and then he finished it off with a smashing finish. Massive shout out as well to Marty Kavanagh. 12 points for St. Mullins, 11 of them from frees, but deadly accurate. Always a class hurler. Matt, did you find it a little bit surprising that the Carlow champions have beaten the Wexford champions?
Not particularly. Like, Ferns St. Aidans don't particularly have a large amount of Wexford players. And you mentioned Marty Kavanagh there. He's one of the best hurlers in Carlow, well, probably the best hurler in Carlow. And you have him at their disposal at club level. I think that's incredible. And shout out to him as well. He was on my podcast as well. I know he's an absolutely excellent hurler and underrated in a way as well, along with a few Carlow players. Connor Keogh, you mentioned there, and I watched him in, I think it was Carlow against Down. I was watching the Joe McDonagh Cup, and he was one of the players that was outstanding in that game. I think he scored 1-4 in that game as well against Down. So he's an excellent hurler as well. So the fact that they have more Carlow players, I suppose it's a similar situation in Munster with Clonmel and Nemo Rangers. Nemo Rangers don't particularly have large amounts of Cork players nowadays. Clonmel have a load of Tipperary players. And I think the amount of inter-county players in the teams makes a huge difference, no matter what county they're from, whether Carlow or Wexford. Cork Balacola against Kilmacud, a prime example last season as well. So I suppose if you have a load of inter-county players, you're going to get over the line. And once you have Marty Kavanagh on top form, you always have a chance of beating anything.
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree with that. Luke, what did you make of the Carlow champions? A great victory against Ferns St. Aidans.
Yeah, look, an interesting matchup in that these two sides, I think it was nearly 13 weeks for both of them since they last played a game. That both, they were the two counties, I suppose, that ran off their county championships the earliest as well, I suppose. There's a lot of debate in Wexford now at the moment of whether whether this is actually harming their chances, because look, you see it already. That I think they announced it today that they're swapping it around next year, that they're going to do football, hurling, running at the same times each other, that they're going to have separate weeks for it, because like I think they've kind of realised that since they've brought this in the last couple of seasons, the Wexford sides have just gone one and done, that they've been knocked out straight away. So I think, look, that's definitely a factor in there as well. But look, St. Mullins had the similar situation, that they were coming in a bit cold too. So, look, they can't really complain about that. I think Ferns St. Aidans, like another side, hadn't won a Wexford in a considerable period of time. And you'd wonder sometimes for these teams kind of getting over the line, I think, in your county championship, and you knowing that you're going to have to, if you want to win a provincial, you have to beat the likes of a Ballyhale. You'd wonder what their motivation sometimes going into a provincial championships like. So, yeah, look, I think St. Mullins, like I think it's they've been thereabouts in Leinster, that they've won a few games in recent years in Leinster. They've got some good players in there as well. Don't think it's a huge surprise, but at the same time, I think look, Ferns St. Aidans, there's some nice players like Paul Morris, Curry, Dunbar, Byrne Dunbar, Ian Byrne as well, Niall Murphy, all kind of on Wexford pals. I think they probably would have expected going in to have done better than what they did. But look, fair play to St. Mullins, but look, an almighty test for them coming up now.